A slime in a world of monarchs, Tensura X solo leveling by Void King. On to the story. After becoming the most powerful being and saving the world, Rimuru Tempest devoted himself to taking care of his kingdom. But now that everything was peaceful between humans and monsters, apart from Tempest not suffering from any problems, he no longer knew what to do. Greater than this is boring less than thought the blue-haired man lying on the green grass of a hill. His face was struck by the warm rays of the sun, then was covered by the shadow of a female figure. Less than master, do you want to have fun? Greater than Seal came out of the imaginary space and stood in front of Rimuru smiling. She was planning something. Greater than what do you have in mind? Less than he sat up and watched Seal by his side she do the same. Greater than you don't plan to cause a war like Veldora, do you? Less than. I feel offended being compared to a dragon. Seal rested her head on her lord's shoulder and smiled. Would you like to travel to another world? Greater than, what will she propose to me? Less than, what kind of world? Less than it wouldn't make sense if I told him everything, but I will tell him that this world needs help. Greater than she intertwined her hand with Rimuru's. And then I can help while you have fun. That sounds good to me. He took a position on top of Seal and locked his hands at her sides. Will you come with me? Obviously, I will always be with you. She broke Rimuru's grip and took him by the cheeks, pulling him closer to her. When do you want to travel? After I take care of you, I will leave a parallel existence and we will go without problems. Greater than I have already left a parallel existence in the office. What is next, Seal? Less than. Rimuru waited for his companion's answer while observing his country from the starry sky. He couldn't help but smile proudly at his accomplishments. Less than decide who will be the lucky one to join us. Greater than is it really necessary to take someone with us? Less than he didn't think it would be a good idea to take any subordinates with him. Less than it is not necessary to wear it now, it is only necessary for the future. You can decide later. Greater than. Let's do that. Then we choose less than as you wish. I will now proceed to reduce the level of your strength to a state acceptable for the world we are going to. Also, I will change your abilities to make it more fun. Greater than. Can you at least tell me something about where we're going? Less than. I'll show you the information while I make the changes and transport us to the other world. Greater than. Within seconds Rimuru found himself in a new location, floating in the night sky over Seoul, Korea. The information flowed like water from a river in his head, a modern world where there are humans with powers and hunt monsters from portals called dungeons. Those who engage in this profession are known as hunters. These range from rank F to S, although there is a higher level that few have reached, the national level. Less than I have nullified most of your abilities and reduced your strength as much as possible. Greater than Seal warned Rimuru despite having already noticed it. Less than would you like me to explain the changes to you? Greater than. Please do. Less than Rimuru went down until he reached an alley where no one would see him and began to walk through the city while observing the place. Less than your physical and magical strength is within C rank based on this world's terms. Greater than Seal informed. Greater than will I stay in that rank forever like the other hunters? Less than. No, you can increase your rank by clearing dungeons and fighting higher ranked hunters. Greater than. It's not that bad, that way I'll have to work hard to get to the top and protect people. Less than. Exactly. The skills you can use are Gluttonous King Beelzebub, Regeneration, Storage, Speed Boost, and Swordmaster. Greater than. So I'm still very strong. Less than not really. Greater than Seal got angry at being interrupted. Less than I've modified them, so what you absorb with Gluttonous King Beelzebub has a limit that increases with its rank. For example, if you absorb an attack from an S rank mage right now, much of the damage will be taken. Greater than. Oh, I understand, you think of everything. Seal. Less than. Obviously. Greater than Seal said proudly. Less than the same goes for the other skills. The more I rank up the more efficient they will be. Also, I'll add other skills as I progress. Greater than. He continued to chat with Seal during their walk, although he didn't really have any specific place to go. Seal had been in charge of creating documents for him in the Korean government so as not to raise suspicions. He never took the hunter test because he was an orphan, so nobody knew his rank. Greater than how much money do I have in the bank account you created? Less than Rimuru asked before inserting his card into the ATM. Less than currently $5,000. I should make money soon. Greater than Seal advised. Greater than I'll have to sneak into dungeons and get crystals by killing monsters. Less than Rimuru thought, having no hunter ID. Greater than is there a place where I can illegally sell crystals? Less than yes there are. It will not be a problem. Greater than so that's what we'll do tomorrow. Is that okay with you? Less than he withdrew the money along with his card and returned to walk the streets. Less than whatever you decide will always be fine with me. Greater than an answer that Rimuru had heard many times from Seal. Greater than alright, now let's find a cheap place to spend the night. Less than. Thanks to Ciel's indications, it didn't take him long to find a hotel where he could spend the night for little money. He put aside the demon lord's sack he used and threw himself on the bed, sleeping instantly. Next to her, Seal took physical form and covered him with the sheets and later lie down next to him and hug him. Less than rest, master. Greater than. The next day, Rimuru walked out of the hotel smiling. He already had his sword in storage and was ready to fight. Very well, let's have our first adventure in this world, he said to himself and began to walk in search of an unexplored portal. 10 people were gathered at the entrance of a rank C portal, including Jinwoo, who was planning to clear the dungeon by himself. Are you going to give us 3 million won, Korean currency, to us, just for waiting outside? A young man asked doubtfully. It takes 10 hunters to enter a dungeon, so Jinho hired injured, out of order, and inexperienced hunters. That way there should be no problems. Exactly, 3 million won just for sitting out here for a while, Jinho replied confidently. Less than. Besides, they can't say a word about what they see here, it's in the contract they signed. Greater than. Jinwoo and Jinho headed to the dungeon, but before they entered the dungeon it began to close. Did someone kill the B-rank boss? Jinho couldn't believe it, the portal had been reserved by them. Minutes before in the dungeon. In these months I have cleaned dungeons of rank C and B, my strength should have increased, Rimuru commented while cleaning the blood of the boss that he had on his sword. Less than correct, currently the master is at rank A. Greater than Seal activated storage, and put away all the crystals. Rank A, not bad, we should celebrate with some food. He started walking towards the dungeon exit. Greater than which dungeon are we going to now? Less than. Less than there will be no more dungeons for today. Greater than, hey, why not? Less than you will know in a few seconds. Greater than present. After leaving the dungeon he found a group of people, all except one is looking at him in surprise. Less than sheet. Greater than Rimuru thought, he had illegally cleared a dungeon and was found. This portal was reserved. Do you know how much money it cost me? Jinho started to complain. Sorry, I didn't know. Rimuru took out all the crystals he took from the dungeon. You can have them, this way you'll get your money back, right? Did you clear the B-rank dungeon by yourself? A girl, apparently from high school, approached Rimuru. Are you rank A? While Rimuru tried to divert the attention of the others, Sung felt unsettled by the presence of the blue-haired man, nervous even. Rimuru didn't have any energy, he didn't seem strong like a hunter. But he didn't think he could beat him in a battle. Let's forget this. Jinho. He began to walk. Let's go to the next portal. Less than. I have to get strong, I can't waste time. Greater than Sung thought to himself. Why yes, come on guys, Jinho ordered. Less than master, try to accompany them. Greater than Seal ordered. Greater than I don't think they like me. Less than just do it. Greater than, excuse me, can I go with you? Sung and Jinho looked at him suspiciously. Don't worry, I won't take any crystals, I just want to kill some monsters. I think it would be a good idea. He cleared a rank B dungeon by himself. The student opened the door of the truck. Also he will not take anything, there is no loss. Less than my progress will be delayed if he kills too many monsters greater than. Sung didn't like the idea, because he wanted to level up fast. I'm sorry, but we'll do this alone, Sung answered. Let's go. Give me your cell phone, the girl asked, and Rimuru gave it to her by order of Seal. I left you my number and I booked yours. Han Seong-yi. Is that your name? Yes, I'll send you a message. Saying that, the truck accelerated and Rimuru was left alone, not understanding things well. Greater than did you let a girl give me her cell phone number? Less than Rimuru couldn't imagine Seal being so good. Less than she will be important just like the other two, and Master should only follow my instructions. Greater than. Okay. I guess you have something on your mind. Less than he started walking in search of a new portal. Greater than can we move on to something stronger? Less than. Master wishes to enter an A-rank portal? Greater than. Yes, I think I'm ready. Less than. Several days later, after completing several dungeons, Sung reached the necessary level, 40, to change jobs, something he had been waiting for a long time. Then let's enter. Sung entered the portal, instantly finding himself in living armor. Unable to quit the quest, unable to use healing potions, and having no breaks, he must clear the dungeon. She got me. Rimuru let out a sigh and lay down on the bed. It was time to sleep, but he had received a message from Han Seong-yi that said, "Good evening, Mr. Hunter. Do you have free time? I would like you to teach me how to fight and take me to dungeons with you. In return, I will not report that it is you who have been stealing portals." Greater than. Did you know that this would happen? Is that why you let him have my number? Less than. It's your imagination. Greater than. I'm sure it's not like that. Less than. After thinking about it for a few minutes and chatting with Seal, he ended up agreeing to teach Han Seong-yi. The last time he had trained anyone was Chloe, but that was many years ago. Greater than. Tomorrow I'll teach Seong-yi. Should I teach her sword fighting or fist fighting? Less than. You should let her choose, and depending on her answer I'll give her the skill to improve. Greater than. Do you think she can't do it on her own? Less than. When Rimuru saw her, she seemed like someone who could stand on her own. Less than. It would take a long time. Greater than. Well, you're always right, so I won't object. Less than. Fufu. Thank you, Master. Greater than. Seal feels happy about Rimuru's words. The next morning, 6 a.m. Rimuru met Han Seong-yi in a field. It was a remote place to train without being interrupted. Seal would deploy a barrier so they wouldn't feel Rimuru's powers. Is it necessary to meet so early? Seong-yi yawned in her sleep. And what's up with this place? Do you plan to kill me and hide my corpse here? I don't like your sense of humor. Rimuru stretched his muscles. What kind of hunter do you want to be? I don't have money to buy weapons, so I guess I'll fight with my fists. He threw a few punches into the air. Less than. If she enters a dungeon in this stage she will be killed without a doubt. Greater than. Rimuru thought, trying not to laugh at the silly blows the girl threw. Tell me exactly what kind of hunter you want to be. Don't worry about the weapon, I'll get it for you. Are you serious, sir? Seong-yi's eyes shone with hope and excitement. In that case, I want a sword. Do you have any ideas on how to fight with swords? Seal, give me back my sword skills so I can train her. Not really, just some postures from the internet, the girl answered sincerely. Forget that nonsense, I'll teach you what the true art of the sword is. He took out a sword from his inventory, one that he had obtained as a reward in a dungeon. Here, use this. Wow, it's a good sword, sir. The girl said, admiring the sword and thinking that Rimuru had storage magic. It is the first time I have a sword in my hands. Stop calling me sir, just call me Rimuru, then I'll call you master. That's better than sir, he sighed and allowed Seal to make the changes he wanted. Instantly Seong-yi heard Ciel's voice in her head. She informed her that she obtained Sword Art Apprentice. Sword Art Apprentice? Seong-yi did not understand anything. Did it master? I'll explain something, Seong-yi. I have a skill called Sword Master. Maybe by becoming my apprentice you got yours. I'm not sure. But don't tell anyone that you have that ability. I understand, I'll keep it a secret, but what is an ability? I'll explain it to you later. Now look at me and try to copy my movements. As you say, master. Greater than really. Sword Art Apprentice. Less than he started slashing with the sword while talking to Seal. Less than her skill is linked with yours. Both will go up at the same time. Greater than. Greater than that's absurd. Look at her. She just copied that attack perfectly. Less than he reproached Seal, who replied with her typical, "It's your imagination." Did you notice that, master? Wasn't that amazing? Seong-yi was super excited. It seems that you learn quickly with your skill and dexterity, although that attack will only serve you to kill goblins. Am I that weak? She looked at the sword in her hand sadly. Right now you are. That's why I'm going to train you until you're as strong as an S-rank hunter. Is it possible for an E-rank to reach the strongest? Seong-yi looked at Rimuru, receiving a confident smile from Rimuru. Trust me, you'll make it. Yes, I can do anything, she said as she smiled confidently. Please take care of my master. Later in a Korean school. Are you asking me to convince Seong-yi to go back to school? Jinwoo had gone to a meeting with his sister's teacher and received an unexpected request. I know it has nothing to do with you, I just want the best for my student. I'll talk to her, but I won't promise anything. Sung had more important things to do. He would leave Han Seong-yi for later. Thank you very much, thanked the teacher. A new meeting between Sung Jinwoo and Rimuru Tempest was drawing near, this time through Han Seong-yi. Clarification. In the manhwa of solo leveling, Sung and Seong-yi are locked in the red portal on the same day that Jinho's teacher asks Jinwoo to convince Seong-yi to resume her studies. I clarify this since it will be different this time. The red portal will appear weeks or a month later. It depends on what I think when I start writing this chapter. Nearly a month had passed since Rimuru began training Han Seong-yi, and her results were undeniably incredible. Clank. The sound of Seong-yi's sword against Rimuru's katana still failed to deal a blow to the sky blue. That's all. With a swift attack, Rimuru sent Seong-yi's sword flying. You did splendidly today too, Seong-yi. Thank you. Teacher, said the girl lying on the grass while trying to catch her breath. Master, with my current strength, can I defeat a C or D rank boss? Are you an idiot? Hearing this, Seong-yi lowered her head, thinking that she was being too pretentious. You couldn't with an A rank boss, but you can kill a B rank without a doubt. Rank B? Are you kidding? Seong-yi said in surprise. I'm not, you're being trained by me, remember? Rimuru then threw a bottle of water at her. In the afternoon we will go to a portal of rank B. You are going to clean it by yourself. I alone? Can I? Seong-yi was in doubt by the comments of her master. The words of her father and acquaintances of hers came back to her mind. And if I fail, as they said? You won't fail, be more confident, like you do when we train, Rimuru said to her. You're right, I'm not the same weak girl I was a month ago. She that drank all the water from the bottle. See you in the afternoon, master. Be careful on the way home. That same afternoon, in a rank B portal. Rimuru and Seong-yi entered the portal along with 8 other hunters. Although they were only there to observe, they were going to use the same tactic as Jinho and Sung. Before we begin, here, Rimuru handed her his katana. I'm sure you feel your awkward movements. Yes, but what difference will it make if I use the master's sword? The girl asked, looking at Rimuru's beautiful katana. Tien. It's not the katana Rimuru always used, but it's a new katana. This is a katana, and the training you've done is for this style of weapon, he explained. With this you will feel free. I understand, thank you very much. 30 minutes later. This is crazy. She defeated a B rank boss by herself. What's that girl's name? Is she affiliated with a guild? Less than I hope no rumor spreads about us. Greater than, Rimuru thought as he listened to the members of the group. They had been hired so they could legally test Seong-yi's strength in a B rank dungeon. Greater than, her progress is very fast, don't you think so, Seal? Less than. Less than, that's due to the master to a certain extent. Remember that your skills are intertwined with hers. And you keep evolving every day without rest. Greater than, Seal replied. Since Rimuru trained almost 20 hours a day, he indirectly improved Seong-yi. Less than, although the teacher had a little influence, the vast majority of her strength and ability is thanks to her own effort and will. Greater than. After defeating the dungeon boss, Seong-yi put away the katana and addressed Rimuru. Master, did you see me? Was I great? Yes, I knew you were ready for a B rank dungeon. You did very well, Seong-yi. Rimuru congratulated his student with a smile, and she couldn't hold back her tears. Hey, I said something wrong. No, it's just that. No one trusted me, everyone told me I wasn't going. That I couldn't make it. She wiped away her tears as best she could and bowed to Rimuru. Thank you, teacher. Seong-yi was surprised to feel her master's arms around her, a warm hug that showed her that she was not alone, there was someone who trusted her. There is still a long way to go, Seong-yi. From now on you will have to train much harder, do you think you can bear it? If it's with the master's teaching, I can achieve anything, she answered without hesitation. The next day, Seong-yi said that she would be busy today, the blue-haired man murmured as he remembered the message that the girl had sent him the night before. What should she do? We could just take a day off, Seal suggested lying on the bed next to him. The master likes movies, we can watch some. What a good idea. Rimuru turned on the TV. Who? The sound of the cell phone interrupted them, it was a call from their student. In the call. What's wrong, Seong-yi? Master, today I am going to enter a C-rank dungeon for beginners. There shouldn't be any problem, is something wrong? I have a very bad feeling, confessed the black-haired woman. Could you come with me? Sure. Send me the time and place by message. I will do that, thank you, master. End of call. You owe me an afternoon of movies, Seal said already in the imaginary space. I know, I'll make it up to you. Arriving at the location, he met a group of hunters, including an A, 3B, and 7C rank. Although the only one who caught his attention was Jinwoo, he was much stronger than last time. And not only that, he had several shadow knights around him. Just like last time, Sung couldn't feel Rimuru's strength and it made him uneasy. The same with Han Seong-yi, but she didn't give him that feeling. Master, this is Jinwoo. Seong-yi introduced the dark-haired man. He is my master, Rimuru Tempest. A pleasure, Sung. The same I say, Rimuru. Seong-yi explained the situation to Rimuru. Basically, Sung was going to take her to a dungeon to show her that being a hunter is not a game and make her go back to school. The only bad thing for Sung is that he didn't know anything about Seong-yi's training, let alone that she had cleared a B-rank dungeon by herself. Although fate had something else in store for them. They all followed Kim Chul, the beginner hunter who would be the captain. The last to enter the portal were Rimuru and Sung, both of whom sensed that something was wrong. Boss on, call the main force right now. Sung yelled at the white tiger worker. They were sucked into the portal which turned red.